Good morning, all of you. Today we will discuss our another topic from pathophysiology, that is ischemic heart disease. So, what is ischemia? Ischemia is an insufficient supply of blood to an organ due to blocked artery. Myocardial ischemia is a condition of coronary artery diseases where the heart tissue is starved of oxygen and another nutrients and finally may die when blood flow to the heart is completely blocked. Ischemia can lead to a heart attack. It can be silent or symptomatic. So, basically, the ischemic heart disease are of two types, that is, infarct effect or non infarct effect. And what is infarct basically means? Infarct means the tissue death. And the disease related to the infarct effect is myocardial infarction, whereas non-infarct effects diseases are angina pectoris, sudden cardiac death, chronic ischemic heart diseases. And now let's start the angina pectoris, which is non-infarct effect of the ischemic heart diseases. Symptomatic ischemia is characterized by chest pain called angina pectoris. Angina pectoris is an oppressive, heavy, crushing pain or constructive feeling in the center of the chest, behind the sternum, or in the left side of the chest. The pain may radiate to one or both arms, more often to the left. It can be experienced in the throat, jaw, and the stomach, and more rarely between the shoulders. Angina can occur in patients with valvular heart diseases, uncontrolled hypertension, as well as in non-cardiac organ system such as the chest wall, esophagus, or lungs. Angina is a clinical syndrome rather than a disease and may occur whenever there is an imbalance between myocardial oxygen supply and demand. Now let us discuss the types of angina. How many types of angina are there? Number one is stable or classic angina, the most common form characterized by attacks of pain due to physical exertion, emotional stress, or a heavy meal, and is relieved by rest, nitroglycerin, or both. It may last typically for a minute. Unstable angina or crescendo angina, the most serious form of angina. This is the most serious pattern of angina. There is more frequent onset of pain of prolonged duration and it occurs often during rest. Symptoms will be caused by significant coronary artery disease. Nocturnal angina. This angina occurs in the recumbent position and is not specifically related to either rest or exertion. It is usually relieved by diuretics alone or in combination with nitrates such as nitroglycerin. Another type is springimental angina or variant angina. It usually occurs at rest and has no relationship with physical activity. Now, moving further, what are the causes of angina? A sustained fast heartbeat, anemia, heart wall diseases such as aortic stenosis, narrowing of the outflow valve of the heart, thickening of the heart muscle, physical exercises, and physiological stress are the common causes of angina. The most common cause of angina is coronary atherosclerosis, and the pathophysiology of angina pectoris is narrowing of the coronary artery, reduce the blood flow to the heart muscle, which can be noticed at a times when the heart muscle needs more blood supply during exercise. So here's a diagram, here's a picture which shows the internal physiology of the arteries, and here you can see the formation of the fatty streak, means the start of the formation of plaque. When the plaque gets matured, it gets ruptured or leads to the thrombus formation, which can hinder the blood flow to the arteries. Through the arteries, coronary artery atherosclerosis sometimes lead to the thrombosis when a coronary narrowing due to plaque formation, plaque get ruptured. This leads to an acute coronary syndrome such as unstable angina or myocardial infarction. The number of coming attacks can be reduced if the blood supplies to the heart can be restored. It is done either by balloon dilatation, that is angioplasty, or in certain cases by a bypass operation. Diagnosis. The diagnosis is based on the presence of symptoms of angina, that is medical history, ECG, angiography, and what are the treatment? For the treatment, we can say it is A, B, C, D, E. A for aspirin and anti-anginal drugs, B for beta blockers and BP control drugs, C for cholesterol management and cigarette cessation, D is dietary improvement and diabetes control, E is education and exercise, and the treatment is unstable. Treatment of unstable angina is a 2 to 5 day course of either unfractioned or low molecular weight heparin confers additional benefits over aspirin, angiography, angioplasty, complete bed rest, and sedatives such as diazepam. So this is all for the ischemic heart disease, or I can say the angina. Another one is myocardial infarction. We will discuss it later in our another video. I hope the concept of the angina is clear. Angina is basically a ischemic heart disease problem where the heart may get hypoxic or deficient of the oxygen, and the heart may not get the enough oxygen, which is lead to the another heart diseases. And also angina can be identified or characterized by the chest pain. I hope the concept is clear, and we will discuss myocardial infarction in our another video.